Let's now talk about Israel's offensive against Gaza. The Israeli Prime Minister is set to address a joint session of the U.S. Congress next month. But that trip would be Benjamin Netanyahu's first to Washington, D.C., since he launched Israel's devastating war on Gaza. Though the Prime Minister has indicated that he's open to a partial deal, he says he would not agree to any proposal that stipulated an end to the war.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has indicated that he's open to a partial deal that would facilitate the return of some captives still held in Gaza, even if not all. He reiterated, however, that he would not agree to any deal that stipulated an end to Israel's war on Gaza, despite previous claims by the United States that an Israeli proposal would be a pathway to ending the offensive. This comes as tens of thousands of Israelis have consistently rallied against Mr. Netanyahu and his government, demanding early elections and a deal to return the captives. Last month, U.S. President Joe Biden announced a proposal for a ceasefire, which would see a 6-week pause in fighting, as well as the release of some Israeli captives in Gaza and Palestinian prisoners held in Israeli jails. These exchanges would then enable negotiations for a permanent ceasefire. In the meantime, Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has arrived in Washington, D.C., just a month after the chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court applied for a warrant for his arrest. ICC prosecutor Karim Khan said his investigation had found that Mr. Gallant, along with Prime Minister Netanyahu, could be responsible for war crimes and crimes against humanity, including the use of starvation as a method of war. Meanwhile, an aid group, Save the Children, in a new statement says thousands of missing Palestinian children are believed to have been trapped beneath the rubble of destroyed homes, detained by Israeli forces, buried in unmarked graves, or lost from their families. The group adds that others have been forcibly disappeared, including an unknown number detained and forcibly transferred out of Gaza. Their whereabouts unknown to their families amidst reports of ill treatment and torture. In the latest development, the Israeli army claims it killed Mohammed Salah, who was allegedly involved in weapons development and production for Hamas, in an air attack overnight. The army said on X that Mr. Salah also commanded several Hamas squads that produce weapons. The statement added that the Israeli forces continue their operations in the Rafah area, where they located weapons and destroyed launchers in the Tal al-Sultan neighborhood.